Cowabunga Corner. In this episode, I am talking about the original Ninja Turtle toy line. This series came out back in the 1980s. Now, it is one of the first things to actually come out. When they did the Ninja Turtles back then, they had basically come up with the idea of doing the 5-part episode, and at the same time, they did the toy line. They're considered 1988 toys, and these toys are some of the best ever to come out. To me, if it wasn't for the toys, I probably would not be sitting here talking about Turtles. Playmates did a fantastic job, so much so that my first time seeing one of these toys made me a fan. Now, any collector knows there is a handful of things that you can find out about the Turtle toys. First of all, how can you tell first editions from second editions? This is one of the things that a lot of people talk about, and it's very simple, really. The first edition toys for all of the original toy line here came out with rubber heads. This Rocksteady here has a rubber head. His head is not the hard head that you got on this Rocksteady sitting right here, who's a second edition. And so you find the rubber heads on most of the toys, and that means you got a first edition. And this is talking about the toys out of package. If you're looking for the originals in package and you don't want to feel if their heads are rubber, you just look for a little fan club paper that will be tucked in behind their weapons. And if it has that little fan club paper, it's first edition. Another one that you have to check for something different on for first edition goes to April O'Neil. Most April toys out there has a blue stripe that goes right along her leg here. Those are not first edition. The first edition April O'Neil has no blue stripe whatsoever down the side of her suit. Everything else is the same. She has the Turtles word on the back. Her hair color is a little lighter, but no blue stripe. That's what you look for if you're looking for a first edition. Now, about the toys. What characters? Now, they decided with their first set to come out with a series of 10 toys. So they gave us 6 good guys and 4 bad guys. We got the 4 Turtles, April, Splinter, and then the bad guys. Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady, and a Foot Soldier. I originally, when I was a kid, would have thought that Krang would have been in the first series, but no, they put a Foot Soldier in. My favorite toy out of the set goes to Michelangelo. I don't like his chucks at all. The weapons were lousy. You look at these weapons and they're all plastic. They break like so simple. You turn them, you try to get the chucks in and out of the belt, and next thing you know, the little plastic that connects the 2 chucks will break off the chuck. Leonardo's swords, the blades would come right off of these handles here. The size were probably the sturdiest things along with the bow staff, but I broke a few bow staffs in my day. Mainly with Don, it was his belt that would break. You take that bow staff in and out of the belt so many times, and bam. Leonardo's belt, it breaks. Not as easy as Don's, though. So, they're easy to break, the belts and stuff, but really the design is fantastic. And for kids, it didn't really matter if a belt was broken or a weapon was broken, because it's the characters that matter. And the design of the characters looks so much like the characters on TV. Enough so that when we see them, we know what they are. And we get excited. I mean, you got Splinter. He's got his tail. He's got his purple kimono. You have April with her yellow jumpsuit that everyone seems to like. And you got the guys with all their weapons. You got Bebop and Rocksteady pretty much designed down, and each of them came with their own special gun. And then there's Shredder. What's wrong with him? Why is he not wearing a shirt? That was the issue that we all had, even as kids. Why is Shredder half naked? You take that cape off him, all he's got on his upper half is his blades. I have taken Shredder toys with a silver marker and colored in shirts, purple markers, like the movie, red markers. We have destroyed Shredder toys just to give this guy some clothing. Yeah, if there's any Ninja Turtle toy out there from the very first season here that I actually had a problem with, it's that guy right there. Him. because he looks weak. He's half naked. He came with a lousy sword like Leo came with that broke easily. I just really had issues with Shredder. I think most anyone who actually looks at that toy could agree. I love this toy line. I played with these more times than not. I have so many broken ones. My first April O'Neil toy, her legs, her waist down is completely busted off. The turtles themselves were not easy to break, besides for at the elbows, but that was usually wear and tear from having their arms go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was never actually just broken because we threw it down or anything like that. The toys, I don't think I have too many breaks on toys besides for one Michelangelo original toy. He broke very simple. This was like back in 99, 2000. And my mom and a couple friends of mine and I were at Greenfield Village, and I was using the Mikey toy to pose in some of the pictures there. And yeah, all we did was this to try and get him to stand, and his leg just pop right out. So a lot of Battle Injured Turtle toys. Most of these standing here are not the originals from my collection. The only one, in fact, standing here is originally from my collection from 1988-89 is Splinter. I know this because he's got silver marker on his feet. That's how I told him apart from my brother's toys. So he is the only original toy sitting here. My Bebop is a soft head, and it's got glue along the back of its neck because his head came off. That was one of the problems with the rubber heads. If you played too much with the neck, they broke easier. But I've played a lot with these toys, and I know a lot of people who have. I think the details are fantastic. The teeth put in there. The hands actually hold the weapons like they're supposed to. They all had such personality to them that I enjoy the idea that we got these. And I like that they gave each turtle a different expression. So it's not just the color of the bandanas, but you can tell each of the turtles apart by their skin tones, by their faces. Leo actually looks a little scared and worried most of the time, but you can actually tell them apart on many different levels than just, oh, this guy is wearing a blue bandana and stuff. Now, this thing behind them is the original Playmates toy sheet. This is not an original from back then, but these are the copies that they were giving out in 2009 over at New York City Comic Con, where there's actually a mistake right here. You see that Donatello is colored orange, and showing him with the bow staff and his belt and stuff. And then if you look over here, there's the list of turtle toys, and again, they got Donnie colored orange, and there's April and Shredder, Bebop and Rocksteady, and the foot soldiers down there at the bottom. But they show all 10 of the original turtle toys that came out. And they show the vehicles that they plan to come out with. The turtle van and the blimp and the Technodrome. Everything's right on this piece of paper. There's a bit about the history behind the turtles on here too. It's an interesting little fact sheet that apparently was part of the Playmates and Mirage dealing on getting the press involved in what was coming out. Something else I'd like to share is that there is another member here on YouTube that does toy reviews. That's all he really does. He takes each toy individually, unlike me. I do like these group shots saying, okay, this is the toy line. This is what I like about these different toys. You know, I do the full group thing here. I don't focus on any one toy for the full video. But this guy, he actually does. And he goes by the Nick Acidburn. He's fantastic with his reviews. I really, really recommend checking out his channel. Check out his channel if you want to find out more about the different toys. He will give you more detail on the Michelangelo right there and showing how you can tell a Michelangelo from the 80s apart from the Michelangelo from 2009. Check it out because it's totally worth seeing. If you like the toys, his channel is a must-see. Remember, we're always looking for your feedback, so please comment below. Let us know if you like it by pressing the like button. Or, a video reply. Tell us what you think of these toys. I know most turtle fans have a high opinion to share about these toys right here because the memories that evoke around these are amazing, and everyone has their own stories. So what's your stories? Share them. Give us your own toy reviews. Set them as a video reply here, and I'll be happy to approve them. Also, remember to check out our website. We have reviews on different things, including some of the new stuff coming out. I did a write-up about the sneak peek video that was released by Nickelodeon, and I also did a write-up about the picture that we first saw before we saw the sneak peek video. So if you want to see my opinions on the new stuff, it's there before it will end up here. So check out our website for any written reviews.